Hello everybody, my name is Tom Ass, and welcome to episode 1, the official first episode of Papa's Rodcast, the one, the only so far made in Abyss podcast. My name is Tom Ass, I already told you that, and these are my lovely, lovely friends. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I am the Bond Daddy. I've rebranded myself once again. You gotta love the consistency with that, so it makes it all the more confusing.
A new man. Whoever you heard in episode 0, we fired him. We didn't like him. We got a new guy. He knows way more than the last one.
He talked too much.
There was a petition. There was problems.
Yeah, he got canceled.
Yeah, canceled on Twitter.com, so we can't associate with him anymore. He's a social outcast.
It's okay. Like the Umbra Hands. I exist as the same individual that you heard last time, but I've discarded the body that caused things to be problematic. So in a way, I have redeemed myself and went through retribution.
Colin redemption arc.
Hell yeah.
Cold.
Hello, I'm Cold. You may know I'm a bit famous. You may know me from my front page review on the Made in Abyss movie 3. Yeah, I'm that guy.
He's the man.
I know.
He's a celebrity.
Quick question for you. You ever get that jacket?
All right then.
That was awful. That was horrible.
Oh, you want to explain that real quick? Or is it too painful?
No.
All right.
Jacket? It's because of your stupid pun last week. I wanted to bounce off that again.
I literally just said I was cold. And you fuckers won't let the joke go.
It's fine, the last time, but until someone else brings it up. I'm done, because we gotta let some jokes
The
down.
thing about comedy is that it always circles back to itself at the very end for the punchline. So
Just like the story Made in Abyss referenced itself until the very end.
Whoa.
it's how insightful.
All these connections! Peak fiction!
Bing,
Am
bing,
I
bing,
right?
bing, bing, bing. The sounds of my neurons firing. Bing, 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 bing. Connections being made.
Hell yeah, that's why I posted BONDREWD for that meme on Twitter.
All right, and last, but certainly not least, is the stuff man, the meme master, the quintessential Made in Abyss meme maker, the maker of furries, the one, the only Socrates. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I'm currently outside, admiring the night sky because I got kicked out of my room.
Beautiful nature.
I'm actually cold and I actually have a jacket on. So
Way to go, let's go!
yeah.
Okay.
I hate all of you.
Can we get a hashtag going about someone buying Cold a jacket?
Buy cold a jacket.
Maybe
Make a
not.
petition. Buy
Yeah.
cold a jacket.
Start a GoFundMe.
Let's get one of those knockoff like Made in Abyss jackets that you can find on like epicanimejackets.com or something.
Can we start a GoFundMe to get this man a Nanachi fursuit to keep himself warm at night?
Okay.
There we go.
You're going a bit too far now.
I want a
I don't know
bone
what you're
droop
talking about.
fursuit.
What is too far?
Alright, so where are we starting, boys?
We're
What
Made in Abyss
topic
fans,
should we
nothing's
start
too
on?
far.
So, our topic. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, well, in last episode, meaning episode 0, so there really wasn't a last episode if we're talking about how episodes work. We were going to talk about the man whom this podcast was named after. The daddy himself. Papa.
Papa's Rodcast.
That's the name of the show. And who's
Yeah.
that Papa? Who is that Papa, guys?
That Papa is the grand boy that is BONDREWD, the Bond Daddy,
Oh, my man.
the best dad, the grandest of them all,
I
the
just
one
feel
who cannot be questioned, who despite makes morally disdained decisions about what to do with orphans,
Has done nothing wrong.
It still has managed to win the hearts over of many fans. I had a train of thought, I lost it.
You said
I
it,
just
you
love
said
how
it
he's like-
perfectly.
I think you wrapped that up quite nicely.
Yeah.
Why do we love BONDREWD? Why do we love BONDREWD in spite of all of these terrible things he has done?
Because in in the face of making and doing these terrible actions, he still has a tremendous amount of love for all these characters to the point where he knows every single one by heart, look, and deformation. To where everything he does is for the sake of progressing the ability to know about the abyss, to traverse further into it, and to discover the secrets of the curse, to make it more efficient for cave raiders to traverse in whatever way they please, even though he doesn't let anyone else use the convenient elevator. But we're not going to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. That's not an inconsistency at all. You're an inconsistency.
We wouldn't really have an anime if Rico and Reg just went to BONDREWD's elevator and went straight down to the 5th layer.
Cue that elevator music. Can we get an edit of Mitty and Nanachi going up that elevator with some smooth jazz?
I think that exists.
Probably.
I'll go find that, and if it's not made, then I'll make it.
Oh, I know it exists
nice
somewhere.
Smooth jazz over it. That'd be nice.
You like jazz. But
I'm pretty sure I've seen an edit of that somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure it's there. But yeah, BONDREWD is one I don't believe has done any wrongdoing whatsoever.
Because he hasn't.
He hasn't. Everything he's done was not for his own sake, other than his own curiosity, which in the end ended up helping the Cave Raiders immensely, giving him the title of the Lord of Dawn, the Sovereign of Dawn, the novel. This man single-handedly started the Industrial Revolution for these Cave Raiders. Everything he does is in protection of the Cave Raiders and the goal of finding out the bottom of the abyss and what the hell is going on.
Earth would still be using wooden pickaxes and stone swords if it wasn't for BONDREWD. Now they got diamond, now they got netherite, now they got obsidian, they got it all.
Now they have cool glowing masks too.
Yes, they have stuff.
If you don't like what BONDREWD has done, the next time you get on Minecraft, you're only allowed to use your Stone Age weapons. Survive. If you can beat the Ender Dragon with the wood or the stone or your bare fists, you know what? Fine. You just wasted a lot of time because I'm still not going to give you any satisfaction.
Here's a thought. Here's some food for thought. There would be no stuff without BONDREWD.
That's correct.
Very true.
Yep.
Well, what
And
would
where
you
would
do if
society
there was no
be
stuff?
without stuff? What would I do without stuff? I wouldn't exist, would I?
There wouldn't
We
be a
wouldn't be
world
here.
anymore. There wouldn't be a society.
We would be an isolated pack of, I don't know, hyenas?
The only thing keeping the world like stitched together during 2020 is Stuff himself.
That's unironically true for me, honestly.
He's the Spider-Man who's like holding the train carts with the webs, you know, that scene? Yeah, but that's Stuff holding the world together.
That's gonna get edit.
That's an edit. Yeah. Be careful, this man's a hero.
But I mean, come on, who else do you know can become a massive criminal overseas for what he's done, have a massive bounty on his head, like probably you'll be set for life if you can manage to kill this guy, and yet you go to kill him and then you just end up joining his side? How many people do you know
Yeah, exactly.
that are that good at justifying their actions, are that charismatic? It's just, I don't even know what to say, man.
It's never out of a sense of malice.
Exactly.
BONDREWD gets emotional in this movie in two or three instances. One, when Prushka first runs back to him at the boat, you hear the voice crack of actual regret.
ペルシカ、あなたももうじき一人前のレディーです。どうかあなた自身の目と耳で確かめてください。
He actually regretted doing what he did. And the other was the excitement from when he first saw Reg. You know,
You're forgetting one part. You're forgetting one part.
おやおや、おやおやおやおや。
and when he landed after attaining the blessing.
これが祝福なのですね。
Well, you're forgetting one part. You're forgetting.
What was
So,
the other?
wait, I don't know if you mentioned this. Did you mention the part where Reg's charging up and then Nanachi like dives on him?
Oh, he's like,
and then
no.
Nanachi, and then Bondrewd's like, no, you must not.
Yeah,
something
he
like
shows
that.
actual distress.
There's so much emotion in his voice, and it's so
For
cool to listen to.
For someone that is so calm and collected, to see him break away from that, that's
incredible.
That's when you know you really got him shook.
Mhm.
And it's for someone else, not himself.
He's never been concerned with himself. He never thinks about it. I mean, in his dying moments, his only thoughts were praising the kids for all that they've managed to accomplish.
驚きました。よもや切り落とした腕を動かせるとは。持てる力をすべて出し、基地を利かせ、それぞれが見事に動いた感動的です。
Mhm.
And they killed like his most special body and blew
Yeah.
part of his base and
He's
killed
not
him
even mad.
twice.
He's just like, I didn't like it, but watching you succeed and try and go above and beyond his own aspirations and triumph over him.
That is the sign of a
And seeing
truly excellent father.
The best dad.
By far.
Unironically,
This man I would trust with absolutely anything.
You saw his eyes at the very end of
Dude, they
the
were
Idol
just...
for an arc.
That reveal is so
I don't-
good.
I didn't even
God.
know, like, what do you even describe that? What's the emotion there? Is it comfort?
Tired?
Is it...
I think he's like. I think he's tired.
I don't think
I
he's
don't know.
tired. No, I think that's just the body. I don't... It
Well-
looked like clarity, maybe.
It's like
He's
a.
just...
I don't know. I kind of
bittersweet,
see like a
kinda
bit
sullen
of
happiness.
resolve in him, I guess.
Yeah. He's just like
he's
these kids are
set
gonna,
on these kids continuing
Yeah,
on their journey.
he knows they're gonna succeed where he couldn't.
He can't play with a cool robot, so he has to let the others play with it for a little bit longer.
That's the thing. He didn't even know about he didn't even know about Reng at the beginning. Why else would he kidnap him to find out what makes him tick like that?
He
He
knew
didn't
it-
know he didn't know he even existed.
He knew all gods existed.
No, he's like that boy is an remarkable relic that needed to be taken.
Yeah, didn't he say the word Obad though?
Did he?
Yeah,
Well,
he knows special relics like that exist, but he's never seen one before.
Yeah.
And so seeing one, he's like, oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh.
supreme treasure of the netherworld.
Yeah,
Limited
so-
edition.
So if that's one thing to confirm it. Like a search someone missed out on.
I'm leaving the call. I hate you.
Again?
I didn't even intend that. I didn't intend
You
that.
do not miss it.
Can
You do
we
not
get-
skip a beat.
Can we get that Rico edit in of her coughing up blood there?
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, this is where I start to think that even BONDREWD hasn't made his way down to the 7th layer.
No, he totally hasn't.
No, because the fact that he didn't know that Reg existed, he knew that there was something supreme down there, but he couldn't figure it out for himself. But we know he's been down to the 6th layer and back because cartridges, well, and
And don't worry, dear audience, we will talk about the 6th and 7th layers eventually.
We definitely did not just do that for like 30 minutes already.
Definitely not.
Yeah, we
But-
recorded like 30 minutes about the 6th layer,
Next-
just getting our thoughts
for the
out.
next episode.
For the next episode.
I'm telling you, next episode, like once we're all caught up, it's gonna be like 7 hours long because
Oh,
we're
jeez,
just
I
never
am
gonna
not.
stop.
I am not editing that. You're getting whatever
Oh,
you
it's raw
say.
footage.
If it's 7 hours, whatever you say is getting uploaded.
No,
Oh, boy.
I'm not
I
cutting
can't
it out.
imagine. I can't imagine it being more than 3 hours given our schedules. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
be
trying to
okay.
keep these under an hour.
We can always separate it for multiple recordings later.
Yeah.
True.
6th layer
that
part
way
2.
we can just- Yeah.
Anyways,
Another
I just
upload,
wanted
more
to.
views.
Okay, I was just gonna mention. I just wanted to make sure everybody knows about this. The Maiden Abyss movie 3, the whole conflict, never would have happened if they had just let BONDREWD put Reg's arm back on. And you know that I'm right. If BONDREWD
yeah.
had just put Reg's arm back on, they would have just actually.
These kids don't know that.
That's
Well,
true.
So,
Well,
so my
The
My
Prushka
thought
would have
is
never
that, like-
become a white whistle then. Would
Yeah,
have
my
had to
thought is
fight.
like he knew that they were going to retaliate,
Yep.
And so like he kind of like wanted that conflict to happen so he could like complete Prushka and all that. But like,
Yeah.
what if they actually did say like, yeah, okay, we'll take you up on that offer? And he's just like, oh shoot, what am I gonna do now?
He actually gets mad. He's just like, I'm gonna put this back on, but I'm gonna cut off something else now.
I don't know. One of the
Don't you
discussions
want it?
I always like to have is if he knew Prushka was going to become a white whistle. Like if that was, I still
I think
don't
he
know if
does.
that was intended or not.
I think he does. Because of the fact that he knew that Rico and Prushka were gonna have some kind of special connection. I honestly think he did.
Yeah, I kind of want to agree with you because I don't remember which character said it. I want to say it was Nanachi, but I think it was early in the movie. She questioned like what was BONDREWD's goal in letting Rico and Prushka get close like this? Like what was the intention behind that?
あの実験を平気でやってる時にすでに娘がいたのか。何が狙いでこいつをオイラたちに近づけた。
And the fact that he immediately brought up the life reverberating stone when they first all got introduced, like he knew that, you know, she was gonna have to find her worth one way or the other. And so maybe he didn't know, but he wanted to set it up for the possibility. So maybe his goal was to sorry, I just gotta finish the thought before I forget.
Go ahead.
Hang on.
While he's doing that, I was just going to mention how BONDREWD thought that they knew how to obtain Yorworth at first, because in the scene, I think it was when Post-Op Mania was playing right after the operation was done on Prushka.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
BONDREWD gave like the talk while they were when they were stalling time for Reg, BONDREWD seemed like genuinely surprised that they did not know how to obtain Yorworth yet.
私はてっきりユアワースの原料を作りに来たと思っていたのですが
Yeah.
He definitely thought
Because he came in.
he thought Ozen had told them, I think. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned Ozen, the unmovable, and
Yeah.
she was supposed to tell you, but I guess she didn't want to alert you to the dire truth of that matter.
Yeah,
or something
exactly.
like that.
少しは教えているものと思っていましたがあの方も人が悪い
In the version I read, he says like, I thought Ozen told you, but she's not very good at dealing with people. And it's like, all right.
Can we get a Rico coughing up blood there?
No, Reg being smashed into the floor.
No, I didn't stomp.
I want her to deal with me that way, though. So.
Or maybe like
Yes.
Bondrewd with a tail smack.
Whack.
That was
Anyway,
that was
I
like
think-
the
I think-
funniest part of the movie, kind of, when like he
Whoops.
like lets himself get beat up and then he easily handles them, like right after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the knowing part comes in.
Yeah.
Isn't that because he got switched? Isn't that because he switched bodies to a much
Damn.
stronger one?
That's
Yeah,
true, but he
into
did
a
fight
combat-
off. He did fight
into a
off all
combat
the.
one.
He did fight off all the stinger backs, whatever they're called, right?
Well, that's because he was using Spragmos, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But-
kind of just
And
clapped
he
him.
didn't really want to use that against like the main
Shoulders.
cast.
He only uses it when it's necessary.
Yeah.
But still,
Like, the
he's
only other
badass
time he
in
used it
both
aside
bodies.
from the stinger heads was when Reg was in like berserk mode.
Yeah, and when he got close to his backpack.
Yeah.
But and of course the moment where he like, so obviously we all know that he actually went insane after getting the blessing there. Like he's gone full crazy because his character is completely changed in tone. He's a lot more emotional, and you know he
And
just
he's
wanted
achieved
to,
whatever he wants.
yeah. So he's just like, I'm gonna go all out. And Reg fires up the incinerator. He's just like, you know what? I'm about to flex on this kid. And then he uses his Spragmos to just nope.
He's
That
definitely
shows.
flexing with. Yeah, that's a great scene, by the way.
That's
If anyone in the audience hasn't watched it, just watch the movie. It's
What are
really
you
good.
doing in
Yeah.
this podcast?
Yeah, like you're already into spoiler territory, and it's your fault for sticking around this long. Because why should we give a spoiler warning for?
We told you in episode 0.
We
spoilers
told
for
you. Yeah,
everything.
come on. You mean to tell me that you're watching episode 1 before episode 0? What is wrong with you?
Not a true fan.
Not your fan.
Get out of here. We don't
Pathetic.
want you here. You're not a true
Yeah.
fan. Get out.
Yeah. Go home. The movie's over.
I never got to go to the
Unfortunately,
movies anyway.
I didn't either. Colin is the only one here that did. Lucky motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yo,
only
I'll
one
break
that got
Corona.
to see it in
I'll break
theaters.
Corona for this shit.
You were the only one that
Yeah.
even got a chance. Didn't even show near any of us.
Yeah, dude. I'm
True.
waiting for the Fate tickets to go live, and
Oh, they already
got-
went live.
well, hang on a sec. I'm gonna pre-order that right now.
I bought them like 5 minutes after they went out.
I bookmarked it, and it said like the tickets weren't of it. I clicked the wrong site. No, I already. This is a Japanese learning site. Why is this next? I gotta organize my bookmarks. Hang on.
Anyways,
Y'all carry the
Yeah.
conversation.
This man's
Online
gonna buy
ticketing
some
for
fake
this
tickets.
for this theater is being set up. Please check back soon. Fuck my ass, man.
Okay.
I kind of forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about the movie in spoiler territory
BONDREWD.
and everything
Oh.
about it. Yeah. So, I guess obviously the I think it's pretty obvious that we all give this movie a resounding 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet Thomas gave it an 8.
No, it's a 10 on my
It's
mouth.
kind of mid-tier.
Alright.
I'd give it a
Good.
9.5 for the door, though. There's no
You mean you
excuses
don't
for that
like-
door.
You don't like PlayStation 2 graphics? wrong
GameCube
with
ass looking door. Now I love the door. Now I love the
Oh,
door.
the door. I'm giving it a 10 because of the door. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. I
The
saw
only
that door.
reason
it's
I
like,
would
"Wow, get
not
him
give it a
citrus at its
perfect
prime."
10 out of 10, or actually the only reason I wouldn't give it a 15 out of 10 is because of the scenes they cut out, so it had to go down to a 10 out of 10.
True.
Mhm. But I
Because they
think it's
cut
a
out the
pretty-
most important part of establishing Bondrewd's character, which we already just talked about, him single-handedly starting the Industrial Revolution.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
Like-
that line's not in there.
yeah, it's not in there because it threw off the pacing.
Yeah, I suppose even though it could just be one line, said somewhere in the movie.
I
Who
think
said it
there-
in the movie?
Honestly, they could have just like
Who said
they
it in the
really.
movie?
If they knew they were going to cut this out, they really should have just threw it in season 1. Like that would have been a better spot.
I suppose
Eh,
if they knew that they were going to make a movie after season
Well,
one.
they already.
while they were
Well, that's
making
true. They
season-
didn't immediately
season one.
confirm a sequel.
You gotta see how it does first.
They didn't greenlight it until the tail end of 2018. So
But yes, everybody, did we go over this already? How he's responsible for all the creations in the
so all
Minecraft
of the
thing.
so everything in the Abyss, all the modern technology you see, these elevators, the balloons, all the like early like steampunk, like late 18th, like 19th century, early 20th century tech, airships, that kind of stuff there. That all of this stuff was reverse engineered from the relics harvested in the Abyss by his hands. The Spragmos reverse engineered. I mean, he reverse engineered the frickin' light that we still don't know much about.
Actually, we don't know like anything about Sporagmos because even in the manga, they mentioned how it was like never put up for auction.
Yeah. So
We
no one
really
knows
don't
about
know
it.
much about it
Yeah.
at all.
So I don't
although,
think
to be fair, I can see why he'd want to hoard as many of those as possible.
he wants
Oh,
to
yeah,
make
for
sure that he
sure.
stays on top. Because
Mhm.
I mean, like the moment he gives like I mean, they talked about this with like I can't remember if it's early in the manga or early in the series or later on, but they talk about how the White Whistle's like tools and kits are never divulged publicly because they are the guardians of the Abyss from any foreign
Yeah,
threat.
that's right. That was pretty early on. It was after
So I don't think the guild asks what they're using. And I don't think the White Whistles tell them what they're using. It's the blanket statement of they can use up to grade 1 relics. But the guild probably is just like, do what you need to do. We need you prepped and ready to go if anyone gets any ideas, especially for all these foreign cave raiders that smuggle themselves in here. I'm sure there's some kind of territorial battle going on every so often.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember
Like-
now. It was when Not and Shiggy were asking Habo about Ozen. They were trying to figure out like all the details and stuff about her. Habo, he had no clue. Nobody knows. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because if they reveal anything, then
It-
who knows?
it
That's
compromises-
potential information for invaders.
Yep. So, I don't think anyone knew that BONDREWD had this kind of tech.
Yeah, they're pretty much just entirely left to their own devices, as far as I know.
They probably know about the thing like the tail, the shakers, and the gangway.
Oh, I wouldn't even say the tail, because like
Yeah,
the
no,
tail's
there's
like
no way they
hidden
know about
within
the
his
tail.
combat body, and like once
Yeah,
he switches that body, it literally like rips out of him. So I don't think anyone even knew about the tail.
He had
There's
the
no
tail.
way.
He had the tail when he was in the lab with all the fleshlights.
Well, that's
Don't
in his own
say
it
home,
like that.
though.
I gotta stop saying it like that. The fleshlights, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that's
You got a problem, man.
I see bulb and I say light, cause light bulb.
Okay, man. All right.
Flesh lamp. I'm sorry.
Well, BONDREWD
the
did
purple
keep
one.
that elevator to the 5th layer secret. So,
I don't know if that's that easy to keep a secret.
well,
There's
I'm
no
sure
way, I
they'd
don't
be
know.
using it a lot more.
He
if
keeps it in his penthouse.
It is in a special BONDREWD facility. BONDREWD
you.
Manor.
I think maybe it's like
What if it's not?
direct
Actually-
way to like.
Wait a fucking minute. Hold on. Keep talking, but I need to look up something really quick.
What's up?
What?
Do you think the elevator's not actually a north? Like it could be down in the first layer, hidden somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. It's never really
Hmm.
specified where it actually is, and it goes
My-
directly to Ido Front. So
Okay, but my
I
problem is
imagine he might keep that pretty secret.
no. There's no
Or
way
at
the
least
elevator
secure.
goes directly to Ido Front.
It literally does, though.
I just sent a picture to General. I mean,
It
to
probably-
the chat.
it probably
Where
goes
would the
straight.
elevator go down
It's
to?
not gonna. Come on, don't be so literal. It's not gonna go directly to Idaho.
They probably
I
have to
mean,
walk a
that's
bit.
kind of what's implied. When they came out of the elevator, weren't they like already there?
You raise a good point.
Well,
Is
so
the elevator an artifact?
post.
Can the,
yeah,
can
oh,
the
that's true.
elevator
Yeah, so
go
post the
forward and
elevator.
backwards?
Post the
Could it go
elevator.
underground?
Who
Post the
knows?
elevator. Because like, notice the design and how it's like it's kind of like a flower bud, and then it's just like a single string at the top. So eventually, it gets down to a certain depth to where it loses the string and then goes down on its own.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think you
Wait,
can see
but
like
how would it get back
like
up then?
tracks as well
It just flies
that it
up.
runs on.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we're
I don't
making
know.
a lot. Look, just convenience, plot convenience. Come on, plot convenience elevator.
It works for science.
Yeah,
Look,
imagine
it's
like
add-
imagine BONDREWD having to go down to the 5th layer every time with like a bunch of orphans following him, like it's some sort of follower quest in a video
And
game,
assuming none
and they
of them
keep
die.
getting picked off.
Yeah.
And he makes it down, and he's only at 1. He's like, "Damn it, I need 2 at least."
Yeah, no, I feel like the elevator. Oh, it's so weird. I feel like it is to be at least partially some sort of an artifact because there's no way it goes directly down to Ido Front like that.
Especially with the Abyss being able to be like, airships, nah.
The airships
Sorry,
keep
Murray,
crashing.
but-
Oh,
Okay.
actually, yeah, that's true. It like
Yeah.
prevents like a lot of ways to cheese going down.
It has to be. It has to be a relic. Then there's no
yeah,
way.
for sure.
Because
We have
BONDREWD
no idea.
is a genius, but like he is still subject to the Abyss itself. So the only way he's able to cheat the Abyss is by using what the Abyss desires, which is, with the cartridges, the other human host to
The
take
love
on
and
the curse.
friendship of lollies and shotas.
Yeah. He's not really like he's not beating the Abyss. He's just throwing sand at it to make it look the other way.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't
That-
know a good expression
That
for it.
huge,
one way to put it, yeah.
eye-looking thing in the 7th layer. He just like throws a pebble at it. He goes, "Ah,
My leg.
my leg!" It's a big leg sticking out of the 7th layer wall. Man, the 7th layer is gonna be
Yeah.
fucking scary, dude.
Dude, I don't know.
Oh,
Like
can't wait.
so like honestly, I don't think there's once you traverse the 7th layer, I don't think there's gonna be a shred of light in that entire section. I think it's gonna be completely dark.
Getting ahead of ourselves here.
No, because
So-
like notice the mysterious ring that
Movie.
Ozen brought up. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're supposed to stick with the movie.
Yeah, I found a comment on Reddit. This guy says, I feel like it's important enough to restate it probably wasn't an elevator at all. It was just a container for the children to be transported to the 5th layer safely.
No different than the cursor.
I kind of think so as well, because you see like train tracks when it's down there in Idofront. So
Huh.
Oh, ride the rails.
yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see a move.
We got to tweet at Tsukushi. Ask him the real tough questions.
What's the elevator?
How did he get all those orphans down there unscathed? Just to scathe them.
Look, I don't want the Abyss scathing these people. It's gonna be me.
If anyone's harming children, it's me.
That's my brand. My brand.
My
Interesting.
brand.
1-800 contacts. They can't have my brand. I have special eyes.
He has his googly, goopy eyes
His four different pupils.
with the tentacles coming out of him.
And I've gotten
so cool.
complaints. I've gotten some
That was
complaints
cool.
from friends about that shit too. It's just like, oh, how is BONDREWD able to see through Nanachi's eyes? And I'm just like, dude, you dipshit, look at his eye.
Science. Abyss.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that that's a relic. It's
Yeah.
not, like, I think it was in the Paceman interview when, like, the movie was first screened. I'm pretty sure, like, he explicitly said there wasn't, like, any implants in Nachi or anything. It was just some relic.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
that's
he
the
said
eye.
that.
Relic.
Yeah, that's his special eye that has a lot of pupils because I'm sure each pupil can show a different perspective. So I'm sure he was seeing things from his own sight, from Nanachi's sight when he was fighting Reg, as well as I'm assuming the 4-armed Umbra hand that was nearby was also watching to give him an additional angle. That's why he's able to easily avoid Reg so much.
Maybe Tsukushi thought the eye looked cool.
I swear to God.
That's
No, we're
why
not
he
going
added the tail.
I mean, yeah, that's what he said about the tail.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
the
literally why he
tail,
added the
his answer
tail.
was like, why not? It looks cool.
It looks
No,
cool.
I don't want
It
that.
really does.
I don't want this to be an Eva thing. Why the crosses are really symbolic. It's just like the author comes out. No, I just think it looked cool. I'm just like, no, please don't take that away from us. Otherwise, we just look like a bunch of crazies that
We're
think
overthinking
too much
it.
about this. I don't
I mean,
want
we
this
kinda
to be
are.
We probably are, but
I don't want this
Are.
to be wasted time.
it's
just
fun
like-
though.
It's just like, no, it's just really cool. What? There's no significant meaning? Then why did I waste my time thinking about this?
I've been
'Cause you're
thinking about that eye for
dumb.
700
I just-
days straight.
I can't. I get those. I get paranoid that this is getting Eva vibes of just like, I added this because it was cool. This was cool. I just like the way the story is constructed. It just seems too elaborate and deliberate to where it's just like, no, this is just cool.
Stupid
I added this
explanations
in.
like
and
that, yeah.
somehow it conveniently works out to where the story is amazing, and with Eva, it's like mid-tier stuff that is just all over the place. Like
Oof, you
all
said
this
you guys
cool,
made-
He's
all of this
saying,
cool,
he is,
all of this,
he
all
is
of this
saying
stuff in
things right
Eva,
now.
all of this stuff in Eva is like super cool, but none of it makes sense.
Doesn't
Made
have
in
to.
Abyss, all of this stuff is super cool, and it all makes sense. Because
Once we
the Abyss-
figure it out.
yeah,
It's taken us a while.
this is why I'm convinced, like, okay, yeah, there's some cool stuff. Like, I added it because it was cool, whatever. But, like, I swear to God, I mean, like, the dude left Konami in 2006 and started publishing this in late 2011, early 2012, while he was crafting the elements of this entire story for 6 years. He literally
Well, to be
started.
fair, it was just the tail that he said was cool. I don't know. Dude.
Question: why does he have a tail? Answer: huh? He's much cooler if he has a tail.
He didn't say anything about the eyes like that.
That's fair
Yeah.
because the tail doesn't really
wasn't asked about the
have any
eyes.
meaning other than displaying his power and adding
Yeah.
that
Cool.
extra.
Cool weapon. You know.
Yeah, it's the looks cool thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just makes things better. Whereas the eye, you know, like
Actually has a use.
yeah, it gets
Yeah.
portrayed, it gets shown. There's build up around it, and even after you think it's over, then the tentacles come out of it. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, no,
Well,
no, it's
Nanachi-
fucking insane.
Nanachi
You think
said
It's so cool.
Nanachi said that BONDREWD was looking through her vision while
Yeah.
BONDREWD was in the previous body before he got transferred into the body with the funny eye.
I honestly think they all have
Well,
a funny eye.
So he might have had a funny eye under that, and then he got into a different body at the very end of the
No.
movie that didn't have a funny eye, that had a normal human eye.
He's just like, that's my vacation body.
Which eyes do I want to see out of today? Wonder what Nanachi's
No.
up to. Oh, that's
So-
horrifying.
So, I honestly think it had another eye. And here's the thing.
But wait,
Now,
it's not
what
even
kind of-
confirmed that the eye is how he's peeking in on sights.
But it has to be. I believe it.
Are you sure? What
wholeheartedly.
if
Yeah.
it's his mask? What if
It's-
it's his mask?
It can't be.
I don't
because-
think it's his
do you
mask.
mean
I
it
think it's
can't
something
be?
else entirely.
Because the mask is already its own relic that has its designated purpose. These relics don't have a multi-purpose thing without the power of a white whistle, and he never blew it once. So typically,
Never
all of these
blew with
relics
the mask
only
on.
all of these relics typically have one function. There's not been one so far that I can think of that has a multi-purpose function other than Reg.
I don't know. I still don't think it's the eye.
I think it's the eye because it just what else can that signify? And also, there's no relic like it that has tentacles like that. So what if it's not a relic? What if it's actually a creature?
No, it's confirmed that it's a relic.
It is.
Yeah, in the interview, BONDREWD's
Okay.
multiplying eyes and the tentacles that come out of them are both relics.
Multiplying eyes.
Eyes plural.
It has to be the eye then. The multiplying eyes. He probably
Maybe.
it multiplies for each vision that he wants to
Perhaps.
peek under. Yeah. I wonder
My
if he could peek on.
eye.
I wonder if he was peeking on Reg's vision too. You think that's possible?
I don't know. I don't know.
Mentions it.
I don't know we don't know what like the prerequisites for peeking in on someone's vision are. That's the problem.
Probably.
Yeah,
some
they don't really lay out the rules for the vision peeking.
Yeah, we just know that he can do it to Nanachi for some reason.
Probably some kind of physical contact, more than likely. Maybe direct
Maybe.
eye contact. Kind of
Maybe
like
it's an
if we wanna
emotional
go, like,
contact.
if we kind of want to go like Dead
Hmm.
by Daylight type of thing on an unrelated topic, with the killers having to stare at their victims long enough to get those higher levels to down them instantly.
I see.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
There's just so much unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally just don't have enough information to make a conclusive
Yeah.
statement.
All we can do is speculate,
Yep.
which is fine. That's the purpose of this podcast.
That's why we're here, boys.
Yeah.
Speculate we
away.
shall.
But I think we got BONDREWD out of the way as a great character, a great dad, and not a
Oh,
villain.
before we move on to BONDREWD, I just want to say, even with all the cuts they made from the manga, you still really get a good grasp of his
Oh, it's
character. I think
Amazing. Yeah,
between
absolutely.
the manga, between the anime and the movie, I think you get a perfectly good grasp.
But
I mean, it's unfortunate what they cut, but I think regardless, he's still a great top tier character from all those alone.
absolutely.
They also cut the birthday disease.
That was
A
in
little bit of
season
that.
one.
That was it. One.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was in season one.
Did they cut out like it's a little bit more of it in,
I don't
No.
think
I think-
so.
or am I
I'd
getting
have to
topics mixed
reread
up?
There's
I'd have to reread it.
There's 3 scenes they cut out. One
Yeah, I was
was
just wondering
the
what else they cut out.
one was the
Failed
Industrial
White
Revolution. There was the failed Umber Hands, and then there was
Yeah.
the additional scene in the Prushka backstory that talked about BONDREWD needing help. And
No,
that
that
would
was
have been
that was like right next to the failed Umber Hands.
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, that's literally
That was
right
really
next to it.
like, that was
Okay,
the
so
same
it's just
scene.
two.
That's pretty much the same scene, yeah.
it's just
Oh, and
two.
there's also a bit where when Nanachi's talking to BONDREWD, she asks about the other white whistles. Then he explains
Oh,
how the others
yeah,
got
we
down.
completely forgot about
They
that.
They
left.
cut that out as well.
Hmm.
I feel
But
like
that
that's
can be understandable
that's not
because
unfortunate.
that
Yeah.
keeps the mystery alive and not really divulging too much into something else other than the plot of the movie itself. It wants to
Sure.
It wants to focus on BONDREWD.
My problem is with that because in the translation of the manga I read, he calls them a rude and selfish bunch, and I really wanted to see that animated. So
Selfish bunch.
I feel like it's fairly likely that could be shown in a flashback in the next season.
Oh, that'd be
I
so
feel
cool.
like I feel like there's a pretty decent chance of that happening because
Yep.
I don't know why they cut it out like entirely. It seems like it would. I don't know. It just seems weird to completely skip over that and not mention that the other white whistles are somewhere else down there. That just feels like something that they should probably say at some point.
Yeah.
Because they don't. It's just like, oh, you missed them in the third layer.
that would
You
suck.
know how much of a buzzkill that would be? It's just like, these characters we've been looking forward to, they just managed to be like, yeah, see ya, fam.
Or like it cuts up to like the first layer, and like some of the kids still up there just bump into Sarajo, and he's like, "Oh, get out of the way, idiots!" And that's like all we see of him in the
So we're
entire
just
manga.
like,
He's a
I mean,
grumpy
literally
old man.
all we know about them in the anime so far is like, didn't we get like maybe one silhouette
just
and
a
that's
silhouette,
it?
literally.
That's
Yeah,
literally all we got in the
nothing
anime.
else.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
It's fine. It's fine.
I just want Srajo, man.
Same.
One of the other white whistles will make an appearance. I guarantee it before chapter 65.
I hope so. I want to see.
So 10 chapters from now, so
Yeah.
what, 5 years from now, maybe we'll see another white whistle.
I was gonna think when my grandchildren were around.
Oh, great! It's just Sarajo just getting the manga. Gather round, children.
hole again. No, Grandpa.
Why,
You're not
Shukan?
going through a hole. It's time for your prostate exam. Come along with us. Okay, that's kind of a hole.
Wakuna, where's my teeth? I left them somewhere. They're a grade 1 relic, my dentures.
Grandpa.
I like the idea is like my grandkids just gather around and I read the Made in Abyss manga to them and then traumatize
Gather
them.
around for the yearly Christmas story. Grandpa, no!
Grandpa, no.
Dad, no, their manga has nudity in it. Oh, that's the best
You
part.
don't,
What are
Dad,
you
you
talking
don't have to
about?
look at it. I remember when I was that young, touching myself.
Oh,
Oh, goodness.
okay.
All right, getting a bit
Before
off
my
track
balls
here.
were at my kneecaps.
I wonder what kind of stories BONDREWD told the children about the abyss.
Oh, probably told them great things. Oh, it's so wonderful.
I
I,
mean,
can't
the
wait
fact
till we
that-
see it together.
I mean, the fact that they all knew him by heart and cared for him enough to be cartridge fodder, and as well as the fact that he knows all of them by name. I mean, there has to be some kind of significant interaction.
Of
I mean,
course.
he even remembers what they're interested in.
Yeah,
Like, he genuinely cares about them.
there's
Oh,
definitely
what a guy.
backstory there of significant relations at the very least. He was at least on the same emotional and personal level as Jiro was to all the students. Like, at least, if not more.
I
yeah.
think a lot more.
Yeah. And with Prushka, it was even more. I mean, like, Jesus.
Of course.
I mean,
I'm
she
like,
offered
oh my gosh.
herself wholly to him.
I mean, if you look at the flashback, in the Prushka flashback, I mean, you see how he's, like, teaching her how, like, biology and all that, and he's, like, taking her outside, showing her around. It's like, oh, I'd want to be a cartridge for him as well, honestly. Like, he's genuinely, like, a really, really nice guy.
Being a
You think-
lunchbox ain't that bad.
Do you think the other children were as close to BONDREWD as Prushka was?
No. No.
No,
not
No,
even
of
close.
course not.
I don't know.
Prushka was like his ultimate project in a sense.
It's like when you're working in school, you do all your other assignments, and they're like, these are all right. And then you have this one that you worked so hard on.
Store
You
student.
really want to get an A on it, like
She's-
an A plus.
She's the good noodle.
And so you go the extra mile.
Exactly.
I see.
She was his A plus project, like full marks, even got extra credit on it. Booyah.
See, treats her very
Help-
specially. I was
help
just
clean the
wondering,
room
like,
and-
how close they have to be to BONDREWD in order for the curses and the blessings to be split between them.
Well, the fact that he wasn't able to attain the blessings until Prushka, despite going to the 6th layer multiple times and coming back up. Spoiler, by the way, about that, y'all, you better read the manga too.
Nobody cares.
Nobody
bro.
cares.
Nobody
We're good.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
BONDREWD has been to the layer the 6th layer multiple times, has come up multiple times, as logic would dictate with the fact that he has the power of the cartridges at his disposal. And the fact that he's also a white whistle, you know, in a literal sense. You know, so like even if his body perishes, he'll still live. Like he just gets the throwaway body, takes it down, learns a bit more, goes back up, and someone comes up, picks up the white whistle, leaves the mass of mush there.
Yep.
There you go.
Just like with the boulder. Just like the boulder.
The boulder.
What do you mean the boulder?
The boulder that Reg uses to crush him.
Oh,
okay.
goodness.
Yeah, I kind of forgot. That was a little overkill.
Do you think?
Man.
I mean, they shoot him with an arrow as well, with like the larvae on it, and they're like infect him with a curse as well. And it's like, I think you got him, guys. And then he throws the boulder, and it's like, all right.
Dude, he's
Y'all
got
either showing up or just.
Reg was caught in an emotionally heightened moment by doing something he absolutely disdains.
He's about to kill a man.
He keeps having to do that over and over, and he hates the fact that he has to do such violent things, but he's the only one that can stand a chance against him. Either he yields to him and their adventure ends, or he does the things that he hates most in order to make sure that he can protect Rico and Nanachi and continue onward down to the bottom.
That's being a white whistle.
But
do you go morally gray for the sake of your goals or desires, or do you give up now to maintain your innocence and purity? I mean, that's part of growing up.
I mean, I get that, but like in that circumstance, he's already gone, you know. And it's like, I'm just saying the boulder was unnecessary.
Do they know he's already gone though?
Greg doesn't know that. Like he's just doing it to get the job done. He wants it over and done with. I mean, like the very next scene, he breaks down crying, just saying, "Blow that damn whistle."
I can't. You crushed my lungs. Oh.
BONDREWD, you don't have lungs. You are the whistle.
That's true.
Yeah, so
I
think pretty perfect stuff for
stuff
as far as the BONDREWD stuff goes. But
yeah, I think we got that.
Did we clear up everything we wanted to say about him being a villain versus an antagonist?
Dude, that dude's a hero.
He's a hero.
Yeah.
He's the protagonist. Reg, Nanachi, and Rico are the antagonists of the.
They really
arc.
are.
They're the ones getting in the way of scientific triumph.
Dude, they just BONDREWD. You know what? No, Rico, Nanachi, and Rag are the kids that copy off the smart kids' homework, and that's exactly what this whole movie is. BONDREWD is a smart kid, and they copied off his homework.
It's a metaphor for how society oppresses the smart kids.
Society. I just want to do science. Why can't you let me achieve scientific triumph?
It's like the Joker movie, except BONDREWD is Joker, and Reg, Rico, and Nanachi, they're society, and just oppressing him at every turn. BONDREWD's a gamer in 20.
Like how he broke up.
He looks like a PS4, so.
Yeah,
he looks like a bit.
I mean, that explains the door. Why else would he have PS2 graphics if he wasn't a gamer? I'm just saying.
Oh my god. Yeah, so no, BONDREWD, not a villain, antagonist for sure. I'd honestly argue he's a pretty upstanding gentleman, and
he's very upstanding.
I honestly think going forward, like he's going to continue research, but he's not going to do anything immoral anymore. He's
supposedly, at least.
He's probably going to focus on special grade relics and the 2,000-year cycle more than anything.
Yeah, because BONDREWD is like one of his last lines with Reg is like, prepare for this is the dawning of the next 2,000 years of humanity.
Preparations for the next 2,000 years are complete.
次の2000年へ踏み入る準備は整いました。共に夜明けを見届けましょう。
Yeah, so he knows that there's like some sort of tragedy coming with the 2,000-year cycle, and he's making all these sacrifices to try and prevent it or try and survive it.
Do you think he knows all the details on it, or just that something is going to happen?
Because here's the thing.
I don't think so.
It's very vague, probably.
Why would he want to attain the blessing unless it was to find greater knowledge? Because if it was his goal to just survive or have Prushka survive with the blessing, him already being a white whistle should be enough to preserve him from the whatever the 2,000-year cycle is.
You think so?
But attaining the hollow or the blessing, somehow he was so adamant about having that body in order to step into the next 2,000 years. I'm not
I mean,
sure
if you
what that
assume the only reason he would want to go down deeper is to gain more knowledge.
Oh, do you think
then-
do you think you need to be a hollow and also possess a white whistle to
do
traverse
what?
into the seventh layer?
No, there's no
Oh,
way.
I have no
No,
idea.
there's no way. There's absolutely no way.
There
The entire
there's
cast
some-
turns into furries.
I honestly
Oh,
think
boy.
there's going to be something like that. So maybe briefly going back to the manga talk earlier about what could potentially happen next chapter. Rico now has both of those materials, a hollow and a white whistle, whereas the Suicide Squad, the Ganyan, didn't. They just rode the elevator with the hollow that was carrying around a life reverberating stone, and that was it. But they couldn't go any further because, you know, the pod went back up and they were still down there. So maybe you do have to have a hollow and a white whistle to traverse, or you have to be a hollow and have a white whistle to traverse.
I don't know. That just doesn't.
I literally just have
feel
no idea.
right to me.
I don't know. Like, that's just
It's
the thought that
definitely
I've been
going to be a
having.
struggle. It's definitely going to be hard because I can guarantee there's going to be some kind of trial, some kind of struggle
Yeah.
on the getting down to the 7th layer, some kind of weird test or something of that sort. But I don't know. For some reason, have to be a hollow and have a white whistle. That just seems
Well, why else would
I don't
BONDREWD
know.
need it? And the fact of the
so he
matter,
can freely go down and up the 6th layer.
that's not a thing though. Is that a
Yes.
thing with the 6th layer? Okay,
Yeah.
so once you're a hollow, you can go up the 6th layer, no
I
repercussions.
mean, the 6th layer is loss of humanity, and
You already lose
if
it.
you've obtained the blessing, then I
Oh,
guess
so it's a
technically
greater angle of research for the cave builders.
that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
become a hollow, and if maybe he's looking for a better way to optimize it to where maybe you don't need a second person to become a hollow and then be able to traverse the 6th layer freely.
I mean, I think that's realistically the only way,
Yeah,
because as far as we know, at least, there is no other way to avoid the curse.
yeah.
We know how hollows and those with the blessing are immune, but that's
Mhm.
because they've already been affected by it. There's no way to just completely avoid it.
Yeah.
My guess, though, is the reason he tried so hard for the blessing is so he could do further research in the 6th layer and who knows, maybe even the 7th layer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you get a body with heightened senses that can see the
That
force
too.
field. So
Yeah, that
Big
probably
that's
helps
kind of
a
a
lot.
that's kind of a pretty good.
It's pretty good trade. Pretty good trade.
Its final
Yeah.
form.
And his daughter is still perfectly fine. You know, once she gets
Exactly.
shaped to a proper whistle. I mean, like, again, more manga spoilers to all of those viewers out there.
No, stop mentioning spoilers,
Two
bro.
viewers who we will have.
All one of you.
But yeah,
No, Dad, don't turn me into a white whistle. No.
yeah, Prushka gets shaped into a proper white whistle, and she's like actually okay. She's just, you
This
know,
is fine,
not human.
actually. I don't care anymore.
I kind of liked her design as a heart. I thought that was kind of neat. I don't really know
You
what
mean-
she is now, like what the carver turned her into.
you don't know the
That's
whistle design?
true.
Like was
Yeah, no, I don't really
looks
either.
like some kind of bird or like some kind of creature.
Let me look at it.
I like the heart. It was like, oh, the heart of the abyss, heart to heart connection kind of thing. I was like, oh, that's.
Yeah, but you have to shape it properly.
But it still made sound, you know.
I wonder if they'll end up revealing how every other white whistle got theirs.
Yeah,
I
because
would
that
love
would
to
be
see that.
sick.
I'd love to see
I
that.
know they're absolutely going to reveal Eliza's at some
The
point.
lucky sap
But
who
I
got to be
wonder if-
Ozen's whistle.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Ozen's blowing me again.
Oh!
Oh, it's been so long. Yeah, I'll open that box. Oh yeah. I just want to toot, bro. I just want
I
to
don't
go
know
toot.
what to call Prushka's design because the darker shaded area is supposed to be green, along with that little symbol
Oh,
in the
is it?
front.
I
Yeah,
was-
I think
thought it was red.
I'll just wait till season 2 to come out to see.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's in manga. It's so much harder for me to tell like the minor details.
Yeah.
I hear geese.
those are hammer beaks. What are you talking about? He's in the abyss.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh wait, Socrates is that? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm outside. I'm just letting y'all hear the sounds of nature.
Beautiful nature.
Subarashi.
Can we talk about the white-haired Obad that we
I
see
was actually
in his
I was
flashback?
going to mention that too. Actually,
yeah. What do you guys know about that? What do you think of that? What's going on there?
Liza's operating reg.
No idea.
No idea.
That's what Colin thought.
Yeah, Liza's operating reg. Because of what's shown in the manga, there's a silhouette of that long-haired Aubon, as well as a silhouette of Liza. I think Liza, to some degree, is operating reg because of the fact that in giant incinerator blast, BONDREWD was left. You don't just accidentally fuck that up.
I mean, you could.
No, I don't believe so, because even if BONDREWD's white whistle somehow protects him from the light, which I doubt,
it sure didn't when Rico shot
his body would still be affected by it.
He got split in half.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. When you're talking about the light of Reg's arm?
Yeah, when he's all berserk.
Oh, at the very end when Rico shoots him with Reg's severed arm.
Split in half.
He gets split in half.
Oh, you're talking about when the base blows up. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, because you brought up the silhouette white Aubon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was talking about berserk mode. Yeah, when he blows up the giant blast. Yeah, BONDREWD was left unaffected by it.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah, that's not just like BONDREWD's like immunity shield activate, because like he questioned it, just like I should have died there, but you intended for me to live. And he's just like, oh, so it wasn't your intention. You were lost. You lost conscious thought.
Okay, I lost conscious thought for a split second there. That's why I got confused. Yeah, I just wanted to bring up the Aubade real quick because it's a different. It's obviously a different person than Reg. It's got a different helmet and kind of different clothes,
long hair, and then the design.
Hair. The design,
there's one thing there. You know how it has like that lower collar above the typical shower curtain, circle shower curtain thing than usual. I honestly think those are additional incinerators. You notice like the little hole with the jewel inside it? It looks very similar to Reg's hands. I honestly think that those are additional incinerators. Like there's actually upgraded kits for the Aubad depending on efficiency. And it's another theory that I have. I think Reg might be a defective Aubad and that he was outcasted and Liza took him in and gave him a new purpose. Because notice where Liza and Reg meet. It's in a cave.
We don't know where Liza and Reg met.
There's like this moment where Liza's handing him soup. Yeah, they're inside a cave.
Are you sure that's where they first met though, and not just where they were like hiding out?
I'm convinced that like it's their first encounter speaking to each other. I'm sure there was something that happened that they both escaped from, or dealt with some creature, and Reg probably just got knocked out from using the incinerator. And so he wakes up and Liza's, sees he's awake. Oh, here you go.
Okay,
here's a bowl of soup. Here's some soup because you're epic.
Well, isn't Liza also like aware of his existence before they meet up as well?
100%.
Yeah.
Because they were both, I assume at least, she was definitely aware that he was watching her. I assume he was probably aware that she was watching him as well.
She was aware of the other Aubad. Notice the design difference in the letter.
Yeah, that's true, actually. It didn't look exactly the same.
So I'm convinced that Aubad might have been after Reg, because Reg either did something or maybe he was a defect and he was meant for,
destruction.
Destruction, dismantling, that kind of thing. Maybe I think I talked to you about this a few months ago about the Aubads or whatever Reg species is all being part of some hive mind, and that Reg got disconnected somehow, and so they see that as a defect.
Okay, and you think that's why he ended up with Liza?
Yeah. Because he probably doesn't have any like real personality. Yeah, other purpose. So he doesn't know what the hell's going on. All he knows is he needs to run away. And this one was after him.
Is this Aubad a girl? Has he got a girl Aubad? Is this Reg's Aubad girlfriend from back in his past?
Yeah, man, how many girlfriends does Reg have?
Right?
Exactly.
Made in Abyss is the true harem of this anime.
Honestly,
Prushka, Nanachi, you know, assuming she's a girl. Faputa, Rico. I think I said Rico.
Any potential
Mark,
interference unit?
Maruk. We all know Maruk's a dude.
Nope.
Oh, that's a different episode.
I mean,
We can have this discussion.
maybe Reg's into traps. You never know.
Exactly.
Hey man, I love Alstafa, so I can't shame him for that.
It'd be pretty.
I
Base.
can though.
And gay is
I'm about to
okay.
get bullied. Can I get a Rico cough for the roast that's about to happen?
Don't worry, I'm on your side here, man.
Yay. Yeah, so no, I honestly think Liza was operating Reg to a lesser degree. Somehow some part of her is either inside Reg as a thought that can take over in case something happens, or if she's directly controlling him to make sure that BONDREWD is able to live. Just something about it seems...
It doesn't add up.
I don't know. I think it adds up with the manga panel pretty nicely.
No, I'm saying like I guess I should have worded that better. I mean, like, it doesn't add up how like you mentioned how it seemed like there's no way realistically that BONDREWD should have survived, but somehow miraculously he did. Like, assuming your theory is correct, that makes sense. But assuming that it's not something like that, then it just doesn't really make sense. Because if there wasn't some outside force acting on Reg, then there's no way BONDREWD could have lived through that.
Yep. So there was definitely intelligent thought through that.
Not Nanachi either, because he also survived that blast as well, despite being right on top of it.
There was a perfectly BONDREWD-shaped hole in the blast that Reg made, and he had to jump through it.
It was just a poor...
He had to jump through it, like, in some, like, weird position, like those game shows.
No, like Scooby-Doo or something.
Yeah. Like when a character falls through the snow and there's this big implant.
Yeah. Yeah, so either the Abyss recognizes BONDREWD as something similar to him. The Abyss itself is a scientist just like him and has recognized him as a true challenger of the Abyss and doesn't want to see him destroyed. No different than how BONDREWD doesn't want to turn these kids into something to where they could never be what they once were. So, like, you know how he shoots the shakers at Rico and all that. I desire all of you. That sort of thing. And then expressing the regret of removing one of his arms. Like, he wants them as they are. And I believe the Abyss wants him as he is. Either that or Liza doesn't want to kill him.
Just be yourself, kids.
Yeah! Believe it!
Yeah! That's the ultimate message of Maiden Abyss. The true relic that we found was the friendship we made along the way. He said
That deserved every single groan it got.
Can we harmonize our groans?
Goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Barbershop version of Hanazeve Karadina. Let's make it happen, folks.
Let's make it happen. Kevin Penkin, if you're watching this.
Also, please be a guest. We'd love to have you.
Love you.
We don't know what we'd ask you, but it would be a great time.
So, how about that music, huh?
I'd get all clammy. So,
what was
I
the
would be
inspiration for the music in Maiden Abyss?
I saw
That's another episode. That's another episode.
Of course.
We could talk a lot about the music. Oh
We gotta
boy.
draw this out as long as possible. We need content. We can't just blow our load in one go.
True.
That's not
True.
Papa's Rod is supposed to have stamina. If we blow it all at once, then that's a problem.
Okay, dude. Okay.
Next time on Papa's Rodcast.
Going over why people that rate this series poorly are among the biggest idiots on the planet.
True.
Sneak peek, most of these people that give this movie or the show a 6.
Colin, chill out.
I I gotta give this. I gotta
I
give this one. You can't. No. This is the only thing I'm gonna bring up.
It's a preview. Don't worry about it.
This is a preview. All of these people that give this movie less than an 8 or a 7 complain about the sexuality of this show, which there's hardly any, and it's really just dumb, dirty jokes. Give End of Evangelion a 10, where Shinji literally